Hello, everybody. Okay, so this is day 3 with my horses at their new old farm. This is the farm they were at for about 8.5 years before I moved them to one that was a little closer to my house, and but now I have moved them back because that farm went up for sale and it is closing in another week or two. So I'm out here with the herd. We got a new little horse in with the herd right now, Trixie, and she has her tail all chewed off by her baby. Her baby chewed the hair all off her tail. Her baby's up in the barn. His name is Moose, but they have a bone in their tail that stops right about where Trixie's tail ends right there, and the rest is just all hair. So he literally chewed the hair off her tail, but she's okay. Good thing it's not the middle of summer when there's a bunch of flies out. So, but I'm out here on a very beautiful fall evening. There's Cutter, there's Whiskey, there's Trixie, there's Honey in the back, and Hope in the front, 2 mares. And then there's my 3. There's True on the left, Wyatt on the right, Shakespeare behind them, and the Appaloosa named Charlie behind them. So I wanted to answer a question this evening that someone asked about shoes on horses. They said, is it better to put shoes on them or to leave them barefoot? And what are the reasons behind putting shoes on horses? Great question. So, a couple of things on this. As with most answers about horses, it really depends on the horse. Okay, why would you shoe a horse? Many different reasons. You could shoe a horse because they are performance horses. For instance, maybe they are jumping all the time. And when they jump, they're coming over a jump and they're landing hard on that ground, and shoes would help them, just absorb some of that pressure. Another reason you would shoe a horse is for corrective issues. Like, for instance, if a horse is, has bad feet, like really soft feet or something like that, or they just needed, better balance, then you can put shoes on them to help, especially if they have like lameness or weakness, like in their legs. You can put different shoes on them to help better balance them. I mean, you can even take a horseshoe and you can put these things called wedges in them to help lift the horse's leg, to help their conformation be a little bit better. Another reason that people put shoes on horses is if they are riding them a lot on like rocky terrain, or they're taking them up and down, mountains, or they're just taking them on areas that would be really rough on their feet. Then they would, some people put shoes on horses for those reasons. So there are many, many, many different reasons why you might want to put shoes on a horse. And for the record, a horse that has shoes on is called shod. So if you say, my horse is shod, S-H-O-D, that means that they have shoes. Now, a lot of people will just put shoes on the front 2 feet of the horse because the horse actually carries most of its weight on its front 2 legs as opposed to their hindquarters. So a lot of people won't put a full set of 4 shoes on their horses. They'll just put 2 on the front. And a lot of people, especially if you're in a herd type of situation like this, they don't want shoes on the back of their horses, because when a horse kicks, guess what they kick with? They kick with their back feet. So you can imagine, like, if True right now had 2 back shoes on, 2 pieces of metal, and she kicked Wyatt in the ribs, it would be a lot worse to be kicked with a thick piece of metal on her back feet than it would be to just be kicked with his natural hooves. Now, don't get me wrong, the natural hooves can break your bones, but it still isn't quite as bad as being kicked with a horse that is shod, shod, S-H-O-D. So now, as far as barefoot or all natural, a horse without shoes, there are certain advantages to that for sure. They have better circulation in their feet because the hoof can expand and contract better than it can with when they have shoes on. So, and you know, some horses just really don't do very well with shoes. And there's a cost to it. You know, shoeing a horse can be quite expensive. So if you have the ability and your horse is okay with being barefoot, all of mine are barefoot. None of them are shod. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure most, I know Cutter's barefoot. I know Whiskey is barefoot. My 3 are barefoot. Charlie is barefoot. I'm pretty sure almost all the horses in this pasture are barefoot. So, those 3 horses up on the hill are barefoot. There's, Thunder, Phoenix, and Comet. They're all barefoot. Well, hello, sir. Hi, Wyatt. Wyatt came over to say hi, everybody. So, yeah. Again, great question. Thank you for asking that. You know, and there are supplements that you can give to horses to make sure that they've got, you know, good, strong feet. My horses all have really kind of tough feet. I would say True's would be the worst out of my 3 because she has a low sole. So you've got the hoof wall that comes around like this, and then you've got the sole, and ideally the sole is a little bit higher up than the hoof wall. So you've got a hoof wall, and then the sole should sit up like sorry, my hands are filthy. The sole should sit up a tiny bit higher than the hoof wall so that it's not coming flat in contact with the ground. But we're working on growing hers out. And, you know, that's where a good farrier comes in, because they can constantly shape them and get them to grow the correct direction. Look at Hope. So she's smelling right now. She's using the Fleming response because True just peed, and I think True is in heat. So even though she's a mare, okay, so Shakespeare is right behind Hope. Hope is in heat herself. So Shakespeare is sticking quite close to the ladies right now, even though he is a gelding. But anyway, yeah, I hope that helps answer your question about shoes and you know, horses being shod versus being barefoot. But they're all doing really well here at the farm. They're loving life. They're calm. They're relaxed. They are very much enjoying having. Yeah, she's definitely in heat. See, so this is a not that I meant this to go here, but this is a pretty good lesson. When a mare is in heat, so see, Shakespeare is he's pretty much sniffing too. You see how she's doing that right now? There's a hormone when she does that is put out when she like kind of pees a little bit like that. She's actually putting out a bunch of hormones for him, and you can see that he is responding to it. Not to be crude here, but this is what happens with horses. So he's definitely, when he lifts his lips like that, he is inhaling, and he's picking up on those hormones. And see, now they are gonna, so she's being your typical kind of like fresh mare. So she flirts with him, but then she squeals at him because she's like, well, I really like you and I think you're cute, but I'm not quite ready to, you know, make you my boyfriend yet. And he's like saying, okay, well, I'm here whenever you're, you know, ready to just say that you'll be mine forever. So I mean, it's really funny horse language. I knew that when my guys got here, all the mares were going to go into heat, because that is standard. Like when a new mare and new geldings enter the herd, typically the mares that are already there are going to go into heat. Yeah, she's really having some hormonal things going on right now. But you know, Shakespeare inevitably hooks up with the mares, and you know, they end up being best friends. So I am not surprised that she's kind of following him around and flirting with him. She used to be she used to hang out with Cutter all the time, but now that Shakespeare's here, she's two-timing Cutter. So we kind of got off on a tangent there, but anyway, just some more funny or fun horse information. Oh, look at you. Anyway, that's Hope, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please leave me some comments if you did. give me a thumbs up or something like that. And see how she's dripping like that. That's all hormonal. She's letting the boys know that she's in heat. And yeah, that's just all part of it. So okay, anyway, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.